Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Vortie here, and we're going to be doing another video on the Kefka fight. So what I really want you guys to understand about this fight as the video is rolling, so this is another one of those commentary thingies. So I've already recorded this. It's a very long video, so what I'm going for in this video is actually trying to get the Carbuncle and the Diablo summon. So my group was designed based off of the video that you guys would have probably seen last night or earlier this morning regarding kind of some strategies. So in this strategy, what I'm doing is I'm going to be bringing the party I kind of described in that like mini preparation guide for all these videos. As you can see here, I have brought Cecil, Snow, Refia. I've also brought Ling, Noctis, and Marie. So Noctis is really my big boy damage dealer. So essentially, what I did at the start was because I was unsure how it was going to affect my party but if I kept damaging them really quickly. So in the end, what I ended up doing is I did no damage for any of the elements. I literally just sat there and just made sure to stay alive. So for this video, my personal advice to you is to kind of just kind of look at the parts you want to see. And then just kind of jump through it because it is a pretty long video. If you really are interested into any of those things, then my advice is to probably maybe jump into the last I would say maybe 7 or 8 minutes. That's when things get a little bit more interesting. That's when I start to kind of fade them away. But the video is broken apart into those things. So I'll do all the talking for a little bit, then I'll let you guys just kind of watch the video, then I'll come back near the end again, and then go from there. So essentially, as you will see here, the strategy for me and what I was doing is Snow was brought to pretty much counter the whole time and get as many limit burst stones as he possibly could, as well as because he counters, and I found when he does counter, he had the highest chance of getting the summoning orbs. At least in my personal opinion, I saw the orbs drop fairly often. And in videos I made after this one, I was realizing that too, that once I also gave him provoke and made sure that he kept provoking all the time and getting damage, I was getting the orbs way faster. In this video, he doesn't have provoke. He just has cover, I believe, and Cecil was the one with provoke because I wanted to keep all the damage on Cecil. In later videos, I actually find out that, you know what, I don't really need provoke on Cecil because I want him just to be a cover tank and to heal. That's all I wanted Cecil to do, and I wanted Snow to take all the damage. So that's kind of how my strategy sort of evolved over me kind of testing the fight and doing it, and figured it out. Okay, Ling here for me could be easily replaced by other characters like Luca. So Ling here for me is literally there just to remove the poison, and the blind debuff that you get casted on you every so often, as well as because I already had Ling there, I used her to kind of refill MP. I don't think you really need it if you have some 5-star units or if you have refresh on any of your units. You're going to be okay, but it's still, if you do have Ling and she's leveled up, she's probably a good choice for you to bring along if you have some good gear for her, just to kind of keep her there. She doesn't need a lot of weapons or anything. You don't really need any of that stuff for her, but you could. I put second knife on mine just so if I needed to build more limit burst, I would use her to attack as well because she'll attack twice. On top of that, for Ling, I use Ling as like my unit to build up limit burst for Noctis and Refia. So I'll take the Entrust, I'll pass it over to Noctis to make sure Noctis has his attack. Same thing for Refia to make sure that her buff is ready to go. And the reason I did that is because in this strategy, what I used Noctis to kind of deal the damage. After I figured that I was safe to get Carbuncle and Diablos. Okay, so what else? So Noctis did the damage, and then Marie's there for the mitigation. Obviously, she was using her Love You All. I think that's what the spell's called. I don't have Marie, so pardon me if I'm keep butchering her spells, but I believe it's called Love You All, which is kind of like Omniveil. She does an AOE all resistance buff to everyone, which is really nice to have, since this kind of fight is other than the fire, everything else is random. Yeah, so kind of just make sure that she does her all resistance, and then on every other turn she will be doing Protectka and Shelga, and just kind of rinse and repeat. And then if I needed an additional heal, Maria also has Cura, so I can use Cura as well. So that's kind of where I sat. So you can see here I just gave Noctis the limit burst to make sure that he has it, and then I'm just kind of hopping around through all the other spells. It's just like a rinse and repeat process. So every so often when I think that there's going to be a powerful spell coming around, I might actually pop either Cecil's limit burst or Refia's limit burst just to make sure that I got that defense buff. If you're counting turns, it's a good thing to pop that around the 8th turn just to make sure that your units are fully buffed and they got everything they can have before the 9th turn comes. On the 9th turn, you're going to get hit by Ultima when he just goes crazy. A lot of people are going to be dying on this because it's actually one of his hardest hitting moves. So making sure that you have every single possible buff on you when 9th turn is about to roll over it is going to be ideal for you to try and make sure you survive. So if you've watched the cheese video, which probably came out before this one, well, it did come out, not probably, the one where I just used Orlando's, so you can see even though the Orlando's are geared really nicely, they get killed by different kinds of magic, and they all had over 5,000 hit points. A lot of people are suggesting, oh, we'll have at least 5k. 5k is like a minimum. But if you mixed defense, spirit, and hit points all together, then you're more than likely going to have a better chance of surviving. Plus, having the proper mitigation is going to make it a lot easier for you. As well, when I'm referring to mitigation this way, I mean like the resistances. Hit points, spirit, and defense are a mitigation, a stat as well, but I'm talking more about like resistances because this boss is all about magic. You want to make sure that you got the magic mitigation covered because he'll just slap you silly. You're like his pet. He's just gonna just destroy you. Okay, so that's kind of the strategy. It is exactly as I explained it throughout the video that came out earlier, and that you can just sit down and watch and enjoy as much as you want, and then just kind of skip to the last maybe like 7 or 8 minutes of the video where you will have a little bit more to kind of watch as things go down. But right here is when I was looking at Mesmerize, and before I just kind of stop talking so the video can play. So there's a few ways you can get rid of Mesmerize. One is Bushido Freedom, but Bushido Freedom will also debuff all of your other units, so you want to have to redo all those buffs. The other thing is killing the unit. So a lot of people are suggesting that it's the same way you would get rid of Confusion if you don't have a way to remove it. So my advice to you guys is not to kill your unit, because when they're mesmerized, they do nothing for 3 turns. So it's not like Confusion. Confusion, they can attack themselves or attack you, attack the monster. It's different from Confusion. So there's no reason to kill your unit. My advice is kind of to do what I do, is I just buff, heal. As long as it's not a very important unit, I'm just going to do it. Either way, even if it was an important unit, because in one of my fights later, I think I got Refia who got mesmerized. Honestly, killing them is the worst thing you can do, because then now you have to bring them back up, right? It's only 3 turns. If you can't survive for 3 turns, then you might want to kill them right away, and then, you know, full life, if you have a full life available, to get it running. But to kill a unit and then have to do that, it's just another extra step you're going to have to do. And if you don't have the full life and the buffs ready to reapply the buffs on them, the next magic spell could kill them if you don't do it properly. So just gotta keep that in mind, alright? So enjoy the rest of the video here, and then around the last I would say around 7 to 10 minutes before the video ends, I will continue to talk and kind of explain my process for that. But from now going forward, all I'm trying to do is build. So here's Ultima right now. Just gonna wait here. So see, I end up losing 3 people, but this is not end, it's not over. You gotta just get everybody back up and then continue. But anyways, so what I'm doing right now is just making sure that I have Carbuncle and Diablo summoned. So this is the long version. I wouldn't recommend doing it this way, but I just wanted to show you guys exactly how I did it the first time, and kind of learning the mechanics and making sure I can survive. So I'm just gonna summon Carbuncle, summon Diablos, and once Carbuncle and Diablos have been summoned, I will finally start doing damage to Kefka. Otherwise, I did nothing to him. That's what I'm saying, is like the fight gets interesting a little bit later when I actually start killing him. That's only after Diablos and Carbuncle are summoned. Okay, so enjoy. I will see you guys in about 10 minutes if you've made it that far, and then we'll watch the rest of it. Yeah. Alright guys, so hopefully you've enjoyed the fight so far. As you can see, during the first transition there, I ended up just kind of cutting that whole part of me just doing damage to him. Essentially, it's just like as I explained before, once I got Carbuncle and Diablos rolling on him, then I knew all I have to do now was just kill him. So essentially what ended up happening at that point was I'm just going to start damaging him with Noctis using the 3 flasks he's got, and then making sure that during the physical transition, he had his limit burst so that he can do some more damage. So right now, as you can see, he's really low on health, and the only thing I can do right now is wait for that physical breakdown of him, his physical threshold, so that I could actually use a limit burst to kill him. This honestly is one of the hardest parts, is waiting for that physical thing. If you do it too soon, I noticed myself when I redid this fight afterwards, and while I was building the summon gauge, I also was damaging him at the same time. I ended up killing him by accident because he like kind of DPSs him over and over again, and it's only a little bit of damage, but like if you get him close to a slither, you can end up killing him like with some magic. I got unlucky, and he attacked Noctis during his when he used Graviga. He missed Noctis 3 times with his physical attacks, and Noctis countered 2 times back with Holy and ended up killing him. And I was like right there to be able to do it again, but do it a lot faster, and it didn't fly. So this strategy, when I redid it, which is this way, just kind of making sure I was nowhere near being able to kill him. He's got about maybe like 3,000 or 4,000 life left in this part of the video. But I was just like super safe back, just sitting back and making sure that I just sit back, and because I don't need any more limit burst stones. Noctis has it, so I'm just kind of taking it slowly and just making them do melee attacks. Nothing special, just because I was afraid that he could counter with Holy again and just get lost. So that's kind of what's going on. Ooh, pardon moi. Ooh, coffee's not kicked in yet. So at this point, literally all I'm waiting for is hoping, like every single turn I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, next turn for sure, it's gonna be physical, next turn for sure. Please break physical, please break physical. So like I'm gonna do another transition here in a second where it's the last stretch of the video, which is pretty much me going in there and slapping him silly, as well as kind of talking about the units or showing my units what they're wearing so you guys can actually see. So we're just gonna see here what's going on. So I think after this transition, yeah, he does the water icon, and then I just skipped the next 3 elements or 4 elements. So there you go. So I skipped it, and now he's weakened his defense. He just weakened his defense. I started recording again. So he's down. So at this point, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna make sure that I get that limit burst kill. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna do her buff to remove everybody's poison, blind, everything, and then I'm gonna use Snow's. What am I doing here? Oh wow, I'm really being safe. I'm scared apparently. Oh, cause Ling is low. Okay, yeah. So is darkness? Yeah, darkness is down. So I think the next one is physical down. So I'm just making sure everything is good here. Sorry, I thought I saw defense down. No, I lied. I jumped the gun. It's not yet. It should be the next one. It should be, I think. I can't remember. It's been so long. Where are you? Keanu Reeves, where are you? Let's see. Oh, I'm trying to blind him. I'm so sneaky like that. I'm Toto Momo. If any of you know, if you speak Chinese. Toto Momo. Very sneaky person. So he's skipping. I think this is the one. Yeah, no, I lied. He's not. No, Stonaga. Mother monkeys. It should be very soon. If that, it's one of these elements. This is how the fight is the whole time. If you don't count your turns, which I would advise everybody to do, if you don't count your turns, you're going to be like me right now. Like, I think it's the next one. I think it's the next one. And if you do it properly and you know that it's not the next one, then you're not going to sit there and doubt yourself. Like, was it the next one? And you can be a little bit more efficient. So there goes my support healer. Heal. I'm trying to get more MP back with Ling. Ling is very self-sufficient. As long as you never go below the MP that she needs for Chakra, she can just get back her MP and her hit points, so she can just stay always full MP. If you really wanted to, you can keep her at full MP. You use you buff people's MP 3 turns in a row, then use Chakra 2 times in a row, she's back to full. Rinse, repeat. Forever. Come on. Come on. Come on. Skipping. Laughing. Thundaga. I lied. It wasn't this turn either. Holy cheese whiz. Cheese whiz. What are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do? Yeah. You guys can see, really, this fight is really, really long. And if you do it properly and you make sure that you don't lose, it's gonna take a while. I don't know why I'm attacking. I don't remember my thinking process here. Graviga. Cecil. I'm hoping he takes all the damage, so he stepped in the way. Ling got smacked silly. Cecil almost got smacked. Okay. I think I do full life, yeah. Come back. And then full buff. Full resistance buff. Because at this point I was doubting myself. I remember now. I was doubting myself. I'm like, did I count correctly? I'm like, did he just use all of his elements already, or did he not? Like, I don't know. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna reset. I don't want to die like this far away. Like, I'm right there. I'm right at the door, man. I just gotta make it through. Please, I think it's the next one. Skipping. That's the term you're gonna hear. Yeah, magic is raging. Here we go. Eyes are bloodshot. Uses Ultima. He weakens his own defense down. I'm thinking, like, please don't die, Noctis. Please don't die. He didn't die. Because he's a homie like that. I went right for it. I was like, I've had it. I'm not even going to wait. Boom. 31 from Snow. And then about a little bit over 100,000 with Noctis. And this was, I believe, the recording. This was the recording when I officially did it the first time for myself. Getting the actual clear. So we get to see here. The clear. Clear. You got it, man. You got it. There you go. So there it goes. Defeat Kefka with a limit burst. Invoke Carbuncle and Diablos. So this video was recorded actually right after the Orlando video that you guys saw before this one, when I did or used the 3 Orlandos just to kind of kill him at least once, so that I know I can beat him. All right. So I'm going to show you the units here. So Refia, this is actually what she was wearing at that time. This gear changed a little bit on the second run when I went to do the full clear with all achievements, full recording. So you guys actually saw everything, and I did it. Obviously, I fine-tuned everything so that I ended up doing the damage and everything more efficiently as the fight progressed. It took a little bit longer actually, because I kept the whole video not cropped. So you guys can see every single step and how I did it, so maybe that would help you guys out. But that's going to be the next video that comes after this one. And again, guys, I made a bunch of videos to kind of show you, because I don't know which one of these strategies or which one of these things will help you guys out, alright? If you did enjoy the video, I know it was a little bit longer, definitely hit that like button and subscribe. Again, these videos are being produced out there for you guys to try and help those people who can't beat them. It is going to be a long fight either way.